iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Bafana Bafana 1, Congo Brazzaville 1. To talk about lo mdlalo, I've got Lindo Pep. Mhlekazi, kunjani?
Shop kunjani Shane?
Kuhle.
Hayi thi ngibulisa amajita ngara Shane. The legendary Tsovilakazi no Bobo Mnqithi. Nonkululeko Nkewu. Namajita obviously.
Yash. Lindo,
Yeah.
Bafana Bafana 1, Congo Brazzaville 1. I mean, a lot was expected lo mdlalo. This was the only game personally where I said we just need to win this game and make things very easy for us.
Yeah.
Even though a draw is not a bad result, but xa sanibona mna indlela ucoach njengayo namhlanje and nayo indlela yofuna uqumba, but ke ayingomsebenzi wami oqumba ndiwunikela kuwe.
Yeah.
What did you think of the game namhlanje?
Yeah, Shane, our time, to be honest with you, when the coach started during the week, he was talking about 6 points out of these 2 games. But the approach in the second half told me something different to Shane. Magaleta, Niko Mobi, no, Kosnatis Bis, the approach. But let's speak about the game firstly. For me, I'm looking at the momentum. The momentum is shifty to Congo, more especially we allowed them in the game. In my opinion, if you understand the football, and if you've been on that bench, you understand how difficult it is, Shane, these kind of games. These kind of games are not easy to play. Very unpredictable games to play. It's an away game as well in the Champions League. I mean to say in African Champions AFCON, of course, among qualifiers. It's not easy playing those games. For me, I did say, if you go back to my video last week or you go back to what I said last week, in Tegule 5-0 team. Because there's certain things that we can see in terms of performance and consistency that more especially in the midfield, more especially in the direct line. Where masingena tactical where I felt, in my opinion, when you look at the tactical structure of Bafana Bafana,
Sure.
2 things is identified. Is you're looking at the fact that it's Funuk overloader on the left. Because we don't have someone Okupugayo or Hakai touch line on the right. Because Umdao, he plays in between the boxes, but it doesn't go into the attack zone, which is the last line. And we are not aggressive, more especially on the right. Why? Because we've got a right winger that takes a diagonal run Umkwana. Very influential, very impressed. I'll touch on him a little bit. Very impressed with Umkwana, more especially because he's not a winger, Shane, that plays on the outside. He's a winger that plays almost as a half winger, if not as a half winger, as a second striker or a half 9, where he runs behind. For me, you had a Reynas, who I felt, this is the problem, I said it even last week, the way we use our strikers is not suitable for them. We are not bringing out the best. You cannot ask Reynas with that drop as a number 10, as in between Shane. You understand? His strength is to run in behind. Nakona receive the ball in front of him so that Tabe Nama one touch finish. In my opinion, he was out of the game for 90 minutes for the period because we were never using the best out of him. Umshishi na very same. Mubambi ball. If you check it, Mkwana. Umkwana lapa very smart. Utata what we call it double run, Shane. He received the ball in the progressive line, just after center line, Singena in the progressive line. What does he do? Instead of dlalelea run, urena sufuna lea pass, delay, Umkwana uzange diagonal run, udlala wide, police plays that diagonal pass straight 1v1, uyangenual pass, but the boy technically very poor as well. Shane, before we continue, my brother, Umkwana scored the goal. Credit to him.
Sure.
But that was technically very poor. If we play against serious teams, against serious goalkeepers,
You don't get those chances.
you don't get those chances. You don't get a second opportunity. The boy played very well. The boy played very well. Tactically, with and without the ball. In terms of the press resistance, was very good in terms of hook presser. With the ball, in terms of the ball movement, for me, very impressed with him. But technically, in terms of Ukabili Polepalin, can he improve, Shane?
Yazi Lindo, watching it came here to Ekqabeha where we won 5-0. I mean, you could see even the players were motivated for that game. I mean, we should have scored 7 or even 8 in that game. But we were not in Congo Brazzaville namhlanje. Asiyazi ukuthi bekuseza kanjani engqondweni yakhe ucoach Hugo Bros. But from your side, what do you think the approach ka coach Hugo Bros was namhlanje? Xa sesijonge considering the performance namhlanje, what do you think the performance yakhe was namhlanje? Do you think he wanted to qualify namhlanje okanye he wanted to drag it a little bit longer?
I think the first approach of the game, I think he wanted to qualify today. I think it changed because of the momentum switched to Congo.
Yeah.
Because when you analyze the game, more especially the loss of Umshishi, the introduction ga Tito, I think he had to drop a game a little bit. Even though second half, maybe by the last 10 minutes of the second half, it's Talu pick up a corner. I think that's where Talu Bono Tito corner after the 75 minutes. Yeah. But the loss of Umshishi, I think it messed a lot of things. Because remember, Umshishi also has the ability on the build-up process, where he drops deeper to edit that midfielder. If Opre Angena Pagati to create a 4v3 in midfield. So Umshishi helps us in that department. You're looking at the game plan, coach. What was the game plan? Overload the left-hand side. U-Apolis is good ngokudlala ama-diagonal balls. Every time u-Apolis maka receive ball, mabamdlala, you must understand u-Opri creates a 4v3 in midfield, gives us an extra man, or sometimes angene go half space to create an option or a creative decoy ku-Apolis. Then u-Apolis, what does it do? U-Apolis uthatha lela ball adlale behind the defense. There was the strategy of the game. There was the game plan. Why? You're looking at the profile of the striker. You've got pace in Mukwana. Yeah. You've got pace in Reynas. So there's absolutely no reason why ngamelanga sidlale in front of them, which is something that I agree on with Junior, and this is something I agree on. Ngumshishi, one of the best, Shikabala Ganso, one of the best players we've ever produced. But for me, it takes us time sometimes to get into the final third. Sometimes you delay pass because ufuni chop ufuni kultabu, ufuni kuti sondele size tuzanai. And that's not his strength kamkwana. That's not his strength aga Reynas. Can you play a through ball? That's why your police responsibility yake most of the time nano ngamcheka. Even when he receives the ball 1v1, he fell full back isolated. He will never take him on. Instead, uzofuna ukudlala a diagonal ball because why? Abumukwana are expecting that pass. But defensively, me, in my opinion, Shane, the left-hand side is solid. Go Oprim Diba, more especially Usniki balance. Yeah. But the boy is technically very good in terms of on the ball. Russian tooth. He's 22 years of age. For me, some of the best centre backs in the country, or even in the world, Shane, are good only when they reach their peak. Their peak meaning 27, 28. For me, defensively, the boy needs a lot of work. But technically on the ball, he's one of the best centre backs we have in the country, and he's a commodity because he's a left-footed centre back, which is something that is expensive in football. You understand, Ashine? So what it gives us, and what I like about the boy is that he doesn't play safe. He always looks for his 8, he always looks for his 6. But defensively, for me, we has cost that because honestly speaking, over time. Njalo mfana uTangalazili, he plays like a left back sometimes. And emela sondele la so that to open na yazokwazi ukusondela sibe na 3. If you can check lela goal le Congo, but break it through. And for me, between yena no Kekana no Mdiba, because the ball was on the right hand side, lidlalwa yi left back. Lela bola bengamelanga bengelisibhobo ze 3. For me, Umudiba was supposed to be in the picture on the left-hand side of that defense to create a 3. Russian Dutli needed to be a central, a libero, a central centre back, and then Ukekano on the right in that defensive structure. Then you've got an Obas in that hole. For me, when I look at that, it says poor defending from me. I don't know why we didn't have enough numbers to deal ngale account and ngale arrest defense. I felt that in position of the ball, Congo looked good. More especially Chamani lapho number 8 escoopini lapho. Yo ayazi bona mina bengithi scoutela teams like aboMazulu Shane. Kanti ngwenya ibuye Portugal apparently dlale Austria.
You can see ukuthi the football brains are there. You could see ukuthi he is a quality player and he's used to playing high quality football.
Thinking Shane.
And it showed even namhlanje. Yazi I could see even abo who's this guy from Sundowns?
Umkwena.
Yeah. There's also Obas.
Obas, yeah.
That guy, he was just happy. He was just in the mood. He was singing. He was dancing. But
my man of the match, Shane. In my opinion, today for the game, my man of the match. But Shane, and it's a very important thing. We haven't qualified. Yeah. I felt that the game was 50-50. We played in patches, namhlanje. More especially players like Abo Obas and so forth. I'm very critical of the boy because I need more from the boy. I need him more special. I understand how we play. We don't use him in our build-up process. We probably use Utebza because if you check, he always pushes to the progressive line, must builder. Then you will drop Utebza because he's comfortable on the ball. And then you drop Mshishi to help you. Sometimes we let you Opram Diba from the left coming into midfield. But this is a thing in South African football. But not just in South African football, Shane. All over the world. And it's something questioning in pose analyzed. For me, modern football has produced maybe coaches, younger coaches, and modern football. Yeah. And I'm a tacticians and I'm a maximalist. We have produced too many average midfielders, in my opinion. The world in the modern football is so filled with average midfielders. For me, I don't think I can even count 10 best top midfielders in the world. You can count maybe Petra, Gavi, Barcelona, but me, I've got my own opinions. Shane, I disagree about. I know I don't have to. Players like about Bellingham, even in England, are not players that I rate, in my opinion. You understand? So for me, I'm looking at. Sometimes I like midfielders that take initiative. Yeah. Njalo, if you check today, Shane, these midfielders, they are rushing to play. Sometimes we don't have those midfielders in modern football that would take the game by the scruff of their neck. Afuni Paul, I'll hold the Shane. I control the game and take initiatives. Most of our midfielders, but Kichimisi 100% pass completion, Shane, by a Russia, but also it goes back to coaches, the instructions that we send to players. It's always must develop a player. Play quicker, 2 touch, 1 touch. We've killed this midfielder that holds the ball like about Petra, about Gav, about Road. You can count those. That's why I'm saying count for me special, and among it is special, and Kulmanga special midfielder. I'm not talking about average midfielders that perform highly each week in, week out. Because, Shane, there's another thing. You can be an average player, but in terms of your attitude, in terms of how you train, how you carry yourself, in nutrition and so forth, game intelligence, in terms of private personal goals that you have as an individual, make you to be a professional player. But some Kulmanga special, man. Even in Brazil, currently in that Brazilian squad, there's no special midfielder.
Yeah.
In England, there's no special midfielder there. For me, this is a problem that we have with modern football. We have killed the number 10, but not just killed the number 10, we have killed the special midfielder that will control the game and adlale pace, but not have as many touches sometimes on the ball. Not midfielders that always want to play quick and come out from a situation as quick.
Well, that's Lindo for you, but that's another topic for Enyimini. But namhlanje the city is that Bafana Bafana drew with the Congo Brazzaville. Bafana Bafana won, Congo Brazzaville won. Hopefully, Zizane game is two and hopefully we will qualify. Not even hopefully, we will qualify. I mean, we've got the talent, we've got coach and decisions right. But I don't feel good. Coach Hugo Bros made the right decision, especially with subs. But I'm hoping he will rectify Zonga's mistakes as well. That's it. Bafana Bafana won, Congo Brazzaville won.